Console launch date announced. Extra life event delay. And devs respond to game-breaking exploits. You're right, kids, it's Raasclark, and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So the community crunch just dropped, and of course a lot of people were in anticipation for the console dates. No news had been given regarding consoles launch dates, with a wonder why, and me speculating maybe it was something to do with PlayStation's certification process. And well, it appears so, as the devs say. What a whirlwind of a week it's been for both of our team and all of you. But on the flip side, there's no denying the disappointment accompanying the delay of ASA's console launch, and they felt it too. Though it would be good to understand why it was delayed when the devs were so certain. Right up until launch, it was meant to drop at the same time as Steam. But they go on to say Xbox Series X and S, surprised that S is still going ahead, and Windows, they're on track for a November 14th launch day. There you go. Xbox players, I'm sure you'll be happy to learn you've got an exact date of when to look forward to this, and as they get closer to the launch, they'll share more information on precisely when it should be available to download. With it surprisingly being up to spec with the latest PC functionality in that regard, I would believe any patches they've brought in so far, or up until that point, you will find it there and then. And will launch directly into crossplay for the PC version. That means Xbox players and Steam players, would they say PC? I'm sure they mean Steam, are going to be able to crossplay for the first time. That's very surprising, considering originally the intention was to crossplay with PlayStation players and Steam to be patched in later on. There we go, at launch, November the 14th. Very interested to see how Xbox players are going to respond to this, considering Steam have had a bit of a head start of sorts. But of course, it seems you will have Xbox-only servers to play on. But PlayStation, it seems some grave news. They're hoping to have a more precise date to share with us soon, as they're currently finalising with Sony and is slated for end of November. We know this isn't ideal, but they're optimistic they'll be able to share a date very soon. Following the PC launch of the information and data gathered, they've decided to make some changes to their plans for console launch. So let's read on. It sounds like PlayStation is going to be completely separate, but let's find out. Cross-platform will be with Steam on day one for Xbox. They'll be onlining a new set of official servers for PvP, PvE and small tribes, and these servers will be running boosted rates for a period of time to allow players starting on them to catch up. Our hope is to synchronise the rates by mid-December. They'll also be onlining their first set of console-specific servers at this moment, so that players who do not want to play on those crossplay servers can play on those. So I'm very interested. These boosted rate servers, will Steam still be able to play on those as well? PlayStation, cross-platform, you will get with Steam and Xbox on day one too. Wow. So PlayStation won't be left at the lurch, but they're having some issues, of course, getting this specific date, and it seems you're going to be even later to the party, but at some point at the end of November. And again, they'll be giving you some higher boosted rates for players to start on them to catch up, and with synchronization of the rates by mid-December. So these perhaps will be isolated to your console platforms and then perhaps cross-play linked by mid-December, seeing that you can't cross-play just yet. They haven't opened up cross-play, so there we go. It makes sense there now. Yeah, so the cross-play servers will be there for you to play on, but you won't be able to cross-play against anyone anyway yet until they open it out. That makes sense. And they'll be also onlining an additional set of console-specific servers with higher rates that get synchronized by mid-December too. Of course, there's been a few bumps along the way, as we've seen. Bam shared a video earlier on Twitter in the week of it appeared people able to disable some settings within Unreal Engine 5 to see everything on the map. And yeah, a lot of bugs obviously won't sugarcoat that. If you've been watching my streams, you know I've had many crashes. Servers have certainly had some stability issues, and dinos meshing very often. But they fixed a number of them. Servers are certainly getting a bit better. Dino spawns have improved. There was apparently not many dino spawns at launch. Didn't notice that too much myself. And up to 80% reduction in out-of-memory issues and foliage, with some client-side protections on top from listing unofficial servers as fake officials. That also happened as well. Good to see that one's fixed too. They know there's plenty more to come, and whilst, yes, there's certainly some argument to be said, well, should they have released ARK in the state that it did at launch? The devs have certainly been working hard every day since then to try and stabilize the servers as best as they possibly can. Hopefully by the time it comes to console, it can be in a more stable state, though I am still reserved on how this is going to perform on Xbox, considering the certain thirst it requires on Steam, though must say a beautiful game at that. Let's hope some optimization is put in place by the time console players get to play this. But as a result of all of these ongoing issues, it comes at no surprise, Extra Life is delayed. I called it last week. Me and Aaron have been talking about what we're going to do for Extra Life with the architects, and looking forward to showing you what we're going to do with that. And there we go. With a heavy heart, they've had to announce the delay of their event, of Wildcard's Extra Life event, from November the 4th to December the 2nd. A whole pretty much month delay, and they know it's late notice, and they apologise for any inconvenience. And anyone that would still like to stream on game day, which is Extra Life's function that starts tomorrow, where they get everyone together to raise as much money as possible. And for anyone that doesn't know, during Extra Life, this is Wildcard's event normally, where they share loads of cool things that they're working on. And if you want to wait for Wildcard stream day, that works too. The decision was not made lightly, as they have participated in Extra Life's game day event for 6 years, but coinciding with the date, I'm not surprised this happened, especially with the console delay. There's no way Wildcard could have been running this whilst console players were still waiting to play this. The sheer volume of comments I could see already, and it's the wisest decision Wildcard could really make regarding this. And I look forward to seeing what this is going to be all about, because ASA's already out. Are we going to see some news about Scorched Earth? We're going to get a look at that. Are we going to finally see ARK animated series at full-blown clip, or a platform of where we're going to be able to watch this? Because as far as we know, it's still meant to be coming out this year, but it's gone very dark as of late. Look forward to that, but at the very least, official players, you got a bit of bonus rate from yesterday until November the 5th, with a bit of 1.5 harvesting, timing and experience, all the way up to 4.5 on ARK. So some at least hopeful news for Xbox players. PlayStation, I knew it. I called it some time ago. I had a feeling that PlayStation certification process may have been pushing it back further, and was probably the cause reason for Xbox's delay. They wanted to probably drop both console ports together at once, but PlayStation just dragging their heels a bit more. But that's just my theory, and at least end of November, though the way they're talking, I don't know, man. And you know how we are with delays with stuff being dropped. It could potentially be December. Fingers crossed it's not, especially with this Extra Life event. I know Wildcard would want to make sure at least PlayStation players have got their hands on this by then, and look forward to seeing what that event is going to be all about. I think it's going to be a great time, and hopefully by then we're all playing ASA and it's in a much more stable running form, and we get to see what's coming more to the world of ARK Survival Ascended. Until the next one, my name is Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.